Alright friends, decided to take you on another scouting trip with me here in Iowa. Got off the water, I don't know, yesterday afternoon up in Green Bay, and from Friday night I was feeling pretty tired, so didn't shoot an intro or anything in this video, but we're going to be going over a river bottom system here that really stuck out in my mind, especially in Oxbow. The habitat was really diverse, hard to access, had a lot of features I really liked. I started walking towards this oxbow. I was walking the edge of the water, looking into the woods, because obviously all the sign's not going to be in the water, it's going to be in the woods. I found a series of scrapes here that caught my eye. Really big, really tall. There's a bunch of them, and it's everything I like to see in a bedding area. I mean, look at how many rubs there are. There's an insane amount of rubs. Old rubs. Look at this scarring here. Scarring everywhere. So this has been used for years and years and years. Absolutely awesome. And there's a bed right there. There's a bed right there. There's a bed in there. There's beds all along this tree here. There's even beds on the other side of this tree. So I was thinking they would be bedding it here on some sort of south wind, whether it be south, southeast, southwest. But they might actually bed here on north wind and watch the mainland as a visual bedding here. But I'm just getting to the other side of the tree here, and I mean, that sucker is up to my belly button. I'm just looking more and more at these rubs, guys. All of them are super high. Look at this rub all the way back here. That deer has to stick his neck all the way back there. This is a big buck. This is a real big buck here. Pretty excited about it. This is one of the best oxbow buck bedding areas that have ever found. As you can tell, I'm pretty excited about it. Super cool. All right, so now I'm basically walking all the trails 100 to 200 yards within the bedding area. Found a huge scrape right here. There's some scrapes further toward the bedding area. Big tracks in here. That's a good 3.5 finger track, so that's definitely his track. And after observing everything, looking at the rubs, I'm thinking he's definitely in here earlier in the year, more toward the opener, due to the browse. The browse is really old. The rubs, they didn't look too fresh or anything like that. And another thing is, besides the bedding area, there's not a lot of rubs in here. So if a buck were pre-rut or rut, there'd be a pile of rubs in this area, and there's just not all those rubs. So that's just indicating he's probably in here a little bit earlier, like opening weekend or early October, and definitely not late season, because there's not much for fresh sign in here from late season. So definitely found a opening weekend hunt here. Super excited for it. All right, guys, we're going to continue with this talk and terrain series here today. The word that we're going to talk about here today is something called an oxbow. What is an oxbow, you ask? So, an oxbow here is, like I said, these are going to be simple explanations. Pretend this wood is the land. And we're going to use my fingers here. We have a big bend in the river right here that just follows the land. Deer typically bed on the points. Sometimes they can go along the edges depending on the wind here, and that's how deer use an oxbow. So big bend in the river, kind of a piece of land that comes to a point. Deer bed along the edges. Typically they like to bed off the points, and they can rotate depending on how the wind goes. Hopefully that was a simple explanation for you guys.